Well, I think the biggest thing is, I remember vividly at my press conference 3 years ago, I said I want to be at UAB, and that certainly hasn't changed. And if anything, I've become even more rooted into Birmingham, rooted into UAB, and I think one of the big things is how much confidence and how much excitement there is around the team and the coaching staff. We want to continue that. Well, this is a wild profession, as we all know, and it's something that I do want the players to know that I am committed to them. I think they would have known that beforehand, but with recruiting, it's important too, to have something in writing to be able to tell the recruits that I would be the coach for their 4 years when they're at UAB, and all of that kind of ties together and echoes that, when I say the words I want to be here, there's some substance behind it.
Have you had a chance to sit down and talk with the team yet?
I haven't. They're, spring break, so they're kind of scattered everywhere. And I did see Tosin today, and I told him, I said, "Bad news, big fella." And he asked me what the problem was. I said, "I'm going to be the coach the rest of your career." And so he said, "Hey, coach, that's good." So that was a good reaction. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't think it was on any of their minds. I think all the guys, as they should have, expected me to be here when they get back from spring break and, getting on them about academics and off-season workouts and then coach them next year. So it was never a question or a concern of any of the guys, "Hey, coach, are you going to be here next year?" I think their attitude was, "We can't wait to see you when we get back from spring break and get back to work." Well, I feel like we have a pretty good formula right now. And one reason I came to UAB is what Coach Bartow did here in building an unbelievable basketball program, and the foundation and the standards have been laid with what those teams did back in the day. And we think we can do something special moving forward. But to do that, there needs to be a level of commitment that is comparable to other programs around the country. And with what the administration has done now, they've put us in a position, me personally, but the staff, and then especially what they're talking about doing with the entire program, financially in a position that we'll be able to compete with just about anybody. My number one job is to look after the health of the basketball program and do everything we can with the basketball program. I think we've done a good job in taking steps forward and positioning ourselves in a good place, and I think this even cements that even more. But I do think it's one of the things I want to do is have a very, very healthy athletic department and a healthy university. But I also think that the better each individual team does, the more resources we have within the athletic department is good. And if one team has success, I think it can help others. I think what softball has done with their success has helped the basketball program, and the more we can do as an entire group is good. Well, I've loved the opportunity to be the head coach, and I've, with this job, there's so many facets to it. There's so many different parts, and I've enjoyed each part of it. I enjoy the recruiting, I enjoy the coaching, I enjoy working with boosters and talking to them and speaking engagement. So that is something I really like, that there's so many different elements and so many pieces to it. And the bottom line is, I really feel lucky to be the head coach here, and that's something that's not lost on me. And it's been the goal of mine since I've been here, is to continue coaching here and continue to build this up. Well, the biggest thing is continue the on-court success, that we want to continue with wins and championships and move on. But we've really done nice things with the APR, which is basically the student athletes graduating and being eligible. That way we want to continue our work with communities, with our community service projects. And then, for me personally, I want to really get game day atmosphere to be off the charts. That's going to be one of my things that I focus on in the off season. So we want the program to be as healthy as it can be from top to bottom, and this off season will address all those things.